to answer your question, yes, it was very good, and I hereby promise that I'll be doing some real recipes soon. But I couldn't resist making this open face sandwich. Okay, first things first. I use cream of mushroom soup. Cream of mushroom soup. Why? Because it's handy, inexpensive. I also use a package of bouillon, chicken bouillon, mixed with some very hot water. Why not? It added a little bit of flavor to the chicken. This chicken, by the way, is a leftover from the grocery store. You know, you buy the chicken at the grocery store and you'll almost always have some leftovers. So this chicken is in fact leftovers from a previous purchase a few days ago. All I did was cut them up in little bite-sized pieces, as always. Why? Because it's, well, why not? It's an open-face chicken, mushroom, onion sandwich. So I had to do that. By the way, one more thing about the self-rising flour. I would have preferred to use flour that was whole wheat and of course not bleached, but it didn't happen that way. As far as additional flavor, I added onion and scallion, and as you can see, a dash of thyme. Also, it would not be a Microdac open face sandwich without Scotch bonnet pepper. It looks like that in the freezer. So, coconut oil, nicely heated on top of the stove, and then I added my onion and scallion. Why not? That's the sort of like the flavor base. Is there such a thing? Yes, there is. Flavor base. Onion and scallion was added to that. In addition to that, of course, I went ahead and added the chicken. Remember, I chopped it up earlier, removing all the bones. I don't want to be biting into a bone if I'm going to have an open face sandwich. Would you? I don't. Anyway, back to my recipe. Again, as you can see, that's what it is. As for the bouillon, a cup of hot boiling water. Boiling hot water was added. And then once that was added, of course, you know what's going to happen next. I'm going to add it, say, other than the coconut oil with the onion and scallion, nothing else is added. So now I will go ahead and I'll add the bouillon. By the way, now is a very good time to remind you that if you're going to be using any sort of canned food, whether it's a canned mushroom soup or perhaps cream of chicken soup, anything out of a can, you got to remember that they use an awful lot of salt in these products. So don't add salt if you're going to be using any sort of canned product, because trust me, there's more than enough salt in these canned products, no matter what it is. Also, you'll notice that here's my cream of mushroom, and you'll notice that it's a store brand. I like to buy store brand stuff for a couple of reasons. Number one, I'm not convinced that it's inferior to the major national or international brand, number one. And number two, I love the price on store brand products. They're usually less expensive. And finally, dumplings. I told you how I made the dumplings. It was self-rising flour, a dash of onion powder, dash of garlic powder in with the flour, just enough water to make a dumpling, and I just simply pinch them and drop them in. That was it. And really, let's simmer for about another 15 minutes and you're done. Nothing else is left to do except, of course, to eat. That's right. So there is my plate, begging for something. I simply lift the lid off, and there is my topping for my open-faced sandwich. Bon appetit.